So I can begin with the responses on the first allegation, which is a gross violation of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 and other laws, the County Government Act 2012 and the Public Finance Management Act and the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act 2015 by the following actions, errors and omissions. A, appropriated and approved budgetary allocation of Kenya shillings 127 million to members of County Assembly, more specifically car and mortgage loans. Chair, the response is, Honorable Members, I wish to clarify that this amount was appropriated in the first supplementary budget, which was uploaded in the first week of January 2023, having been approved and forwarded to the Executive on 22nd December 2022. Going by the current cash flow challenge from the National Treasury, equitable share, there is a backlog of monthly exchequer releases. As of today, the County Government of Nyamira has not received exchequer release for the months of December, January and February 2023. Therefore, that is causing a lot of strain and low budget absorption. The current cash flow, therefore, cannot support a one-off transfer given that there are a number of interventions, including salaries. Therefore, in my County Revenue Fund account, I remained with 3.2 million, Chair. Based on the above, I advised through my letter dated 17th of February 2023, given the reference, that we do it in phases, of which the request for the first phase of 35 million was received in my office on 17th February. This was marked for processing and was concluded on the 21st. The second tranche, Chair, of 25 million was received on 26th to be processed as and when the receiver, we receive the exchequer disbursement. Note that it is the same cash flow challenges that triggered the engagement for the management of the payroll, cushioning workers from erratic and unpredictable salary payment marred with a lot of delays. Chair, the exchequers, the annexures to this response include 1.AI.
So that's all about the first application.
One for the exchequer release. Yes.
I may want a clarification on the issue that you presented the supplementary budget to the County Assembly, correct?
Yes, yes.
And that supplementary budget was for purposes of approval by the County Assembly so that we can allow you to disperse.
Yes.
There is no way you could have forwarded the supplementary budget if you didn't have those funds, correct? You had received the money, then you prepared the supplementary budget, which you presented to the County Assembly for approval, correct?
No.
You did not?
I don't. What happened? At the beginning of the financial year, we normally appropriate funds. And in appropriation, we appropriate using the equitable share that we are guided through the CARA and the own source revenue. So based on that appropriation, that revenue basket, then we do appropriations. The moment we do appropriations, cash receipts from the exchequer come month by month. We do not have money in advance.
How much did you disburse to the County Assembly for purposes of CAM and for the purposes of CAM and mortgage loans?
Currently, Chair, I've disbursed 60 million.
60 million.
Yes.
Presenting the budget, the supplementary budget to the County Assembly, why did you indicate that figure of 60 million and not 127 million?
Presenting the supplementary budget.
Yes.
Chair, again, I want to say that funds are appropriated at the beginning of the financial year, and the appropriations are based on exchequer, the advisory from the CARA based on the own source revenue and the equitable share. At the beginning of the year, we do a budget, we appropriate, and as we continue to spend through the months, Funds from the National Treasury are received on a monthly basis.
C.P.A. So how do we, the mortgage, the current mortgage money, is it a fund or a grant?
It is a fund.
It's a fund.
Yes.
But how did you get to know that or decide that now let me disperse the 35, the last part that you said, but not maybe 60? What guided you? Because it's a fund should not be disturbed or maybe interrupted by anything, be it an emergency, unless.
Every month, as I said to the House, the last disbursement we received as a county government of Nyamira, which was on 2nd of check when we received the last disbursement. It is the county government from the National Treasury. We received this disbursement on the 3rd of February 2023. And this was an allocation for the month of November 2022. And the county government of Nyamira received a disbursement of Kenya shillings 436.5 million. Out of that disbursement of 436.5 million, around 280 million goes to service salaries. Out of that disbursement, Chair, around 35 million goes to finance pending bills, which is a requirement by the Office of the Control of Budget that pending bills must be serviced. Out of that disbursement, Chair, another amount of around 21 million comes to the County Assembly as they are part of O&M. And during the same period, Chair, we had insurance requirements, 12 million for our vehicle insurance, and we paid 40 million for medical insurance to the Assembly. And from what I've listed down, the disbursement that comes by the end of the month, clearly we can see that it is not possible to disburse the whole of 127 million in one trip, beginning with 35 million, 46 million, and 46 million, looking at the cash flow of the money that we receive as a account.
Thank you. Just a brief question, as I give honorable members also to ask. When you request money from the exchequer, you have items that this one is going to this one I'm asking this for salaries, this one for burning bills, this one for O&M. Do you request so? Or
Yes,
you request so?
We itemize.
You itemize?
Yes.
The itemized
Yes,
request from exchequer. You itemized. Why were you giving contradicting information that you had itemized the 60 and you hear now it's sending 35?
Chair, as I have said, during the request, I promised that I was going to do, first of all, I promised that I wasn't going to be able to do 127.
I agree with you, we agree.
Secondly, I advised that I spoke to the Director of Finance, my Chair of Budget, and the Speaker, and I explained and I shared this information with my Chair of Budget, and I explained to him that this is the amount that Nyamira as a county has received as a disbursement, which still relates to the month of November, Chair. And I explained to them that I am in receipt of your request of 127 million, but I'm not able to disburse the whole amount. Kindly let us do half of the amount.
Kindly make me understand.
Yes.
I think I asked the question which I really feel that you did not answer.
Okay.
Kindly. I'm asking. You itemized that you had requested for the mortgage. How much did you request? Because you've told me that from the exchequer, you itemize the amount that you want for a certain vote. Is it?
No. What happens, Chair? Nyamira as a county government receives an amount relating to the divisible value from the equitable share. As a county government of Nyamira, every month, when I began, I said that we do a budget. Now, county government of Nyamira, that one as county government of Nyamira, we are not in control. it is the National Treasury. So the county government of Nyamira that comes from the National Treasury, and it is therefore put in your CRF account. When we received this disbursement, I have listed the priority areas that we as a county took care of. And at that point, I was in receipt of your request from your side of the 60 million. And as I explained to my chairperson,
Madam C.P.A,
Yes.
I think I'm getting lost somewhere. You said, you are the one who said, and I want to believe that you record,
yes,
that when you go for money for the exchequer, you itemize. Is that what you say?
first of all, the money is put in the account, in the
Yeah.
CRF.
Yeah, before you are allowed to
itemize.
Yeah, before you are allowed to use it, you
Yes.
itemize so that you given the autonomy now to use it.
Yes,
Yeah, and then now that's what I'm asking.
yes.
How much did you now itemize for the mortgage? Before now, you after paying, you also found that your kitty has now grown small.
Yes.
Yeah, how much did you itemize first?
Now, I received the request from the county assembly of 127. I want us to work together.
Yeah.
Then I advised, looking at the cash flow, that I am not able to fund 127. And we agreed that please break down this amount to 60 million so that I am able to fund at least 60. At the point when I received the requisition of 60 million from the House, there was an agency notice on our
When was the request, please?
Maybe I can check, I don't have the request.
Kindly, you can. When was the request dated from the assembly?
I think it was around 6th of February.
And when did you receive the money from the exchequer?
3rd.
3rd of when?
3rd of February.
3rd of February.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Again.
Yeah.
Let me ask you one more question. When you received, did you share with them any elaborate plan?
Chair, Chair, when we receive disbursements, depending on the priorities that are on the table, I'm not able to share that, honorable members, and through the chair, I'm not able to share in advance how the request is going to be spent. What happens, and in most cases, like now, right now, we don't even know when the next requisition is coming. They are just priorities that are on the table, and Chair have said that among these priorities that were on the table are the funds for the grants.
Which are going to make the disbursements?
It was in the supplementary budget.
On 17th of 2023, I communicated in writing, and I gave my advice.
When was the request done from the assembly?
The one for 35 million?
Yeah. Which one? First is it was 127.
Yes,
When was it done?
1st of February.
1st of February.
Yes.
And you responded when?
I responded on the 17th because between the period of 1st of February and 17th of February, we had consultations with my chair.
No, it's asking.
Yes.
When did you respond?
When was the response from the 127, which
Yes.
was done on 2nd? You saying on 2nd of
On
February?
1st, 127 was done on 1st.
On 1st of February.
Yes.
So when were you supposed to respond?
So you responded on 17.
No. I said that as it is practice, normally we discuss with my colleagues. So I called my counterpart and I told him that the disbursement of 127.
We in agreement with what you
Yes,
said,
yes.
C.P.A.
Yes.
But the only thing that we question,
Mm.
the request was done on 1st.
Yes.
And when was the response?
The response is on 17th, and in between there, we had the consultations, which I'm telling you, Chair, because I consult all the time with my chair of budget. And as and when we now agreed on the advisory that I'm putting in writing, I was in constant discussion with my chair of budget and my colleague.
And let me know from you, C.P.A.
Yes.
The document which has been approved from the House, by the House, for the House, is it supposed to again now to be drawn down to the chairman, but that is something now which is office to office. Because when, maybe if it was in the committee of budget, that was when you could have shared with him. But this was something which was approved in the House.
Chair, that is why I did an official communication.
Yeah, from 1st to 17th.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Let's carry on. Yes.
Through the chair.
Yeah, you.
Okay, through chair, C.P.A Emily Ongaga, I have a question on the same. When the assembly requested for 1.7 million to advise part on 17th February, saying that you can only give 35.
Yes.
But later on, we decided to top up to 25 million.
Yes.
That is after the assembly tabled the impeachment motion.
Yes.
Why did it come after the impeachment motion? Why was it? Where was the money? Why did it come when you were saying you were giving 35? Why did you say I'm giving 60? Can I say that the money was there? It was just that you didn't want to give it, but after the motion itself to give it?
Okay, thank you, Chair. When I received the request for the 60 after consultation with my colleague, he sent me a request for 60. And I was in the process of processing the 60 million. In that process, we got an agency notice from KRA of 38 million that was placed in our account. So that now disabled me from processing the 60, and that is how I advised that it was not possible to process the 65 million that I have just disbursed after the impeachment motion. Chair, I want to share that this money of 25, the bulk of the 25 million was transferred from the money we have collected from on-source revenue. The transfer was done on, let me check, of the transfer. The transfer was done on 2nd of March. Yes.
Over the same, so that we can be in a position of knowing that whether the transfer you're talking about is real, is legit. Because it's proper sometimes, when you're also proving, you should also come with a document which tells us that whatever that you do not say is real.
It is there, Chair. I can provide it.
Thank you.
Let me ask you maybe the last question. When did you receive the agent's notice from care?
Yes.
That you are not able to
process the
60 million?
Yes.
You are able to
process that. Yes.
In that letter, you have it?
Yes, I have it.
Is there, you have it confirmed? Dated 17th February.
Yes.
2020, correct?
Yes.
Is there anywhere in that letter you have given a reason that you were served with the agent's notice? Can you show the commit where you are indicated?
Were you waiting for the 13th someone from
that? I want in that letter. Is there anywhere you have indicated that you received the agent's notice from care? That's why you are not a simple question.
I haven't. I did.
Yes.
Yes.
That's all. That's all, Chair.
Thank you. From your response, C.P.A, and I want to thank you for the good response. That you decided to ignore the request or you ignored the assembly.
Chair, I think as it has been practiced, even before, I've not had to communicate in writing to the assembly.
Was it informal to you?
No.
Was it informal? Yeah? Then why did you decide to do it informal? If it wasn't informal.
That is what I'm explaining, Chair. That from practice, in the spirit of consultation and in the spirit of collective responsibility, and that is what I've been doing before. So probably it is guidance going forward that when I receive a formal request, I should communicate back formal. In most cases, we just quickly consult on the phone and agree on what to do, and we go ahead and we do it. So going forward, maybe that's an anomaly, but going forward now, I should be.
So we agree that was negligence.
Chair, I did not say that it was negligence. Before, I've not done that before.
What prompted you now to respond on 17?
If I may respond.
Yeah.
Is there time limitation as to when she can respond?
Fine, let me ask you, Council. When one that asks you for some response, and maybe more so the response on money, because you also understand what puts us in this situation is money. So how long do you wish one could have taken to respond?
You push the question back. If there's any place where it's specifically stated that once you receive communication on this date, you have to respond within 7 days. Just like the way this committee has been set up, there's 10 days to do XYZ, 3 days to serve notice. Is there any particular?
Council, the time for responding should be reasonable and not unreasonable. Even the counter assembly, we have timelines. So when somebody takes a long period of time, that can be unreasonable time.
The council, the reason as to why we ask this question, because he knows, and I'm very sure you, by extension, you also understand that all that we're talking about is something which deals with loans, and loans have timelines. So how can you answer on that?
No, which we agree with.
Yeah.
Only that.
So don't you think that there must be timeline?
The time
Reasonably.
According to the law.
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything. Reason varies from your needs. You see, so that is why I don't want to push to give.
Thank you.
That reason.
Council.
Yes, she responded. Bottom line is
Let's
there's a
carry on.
response.
Let's carry on. Let's go to the second response.
If the mover of the motion can show us, or can at least, articulate how you got to the 59.5 million.
I guess we
Then
also
that way-
agreed, Council, we all agreed that now, since because
See, we are responding after each and every allegation,
Yeah.
and I actually needed I wanted to do it through chair. If after every explanation she gives to you, if I can re-examine so she clears something she said.
Council, why can't you allow her to respond?
We're not against you, Council.
No. I wouldn't think you'd be against me. We don't know each other.
You are there.
We are totally
until proved guilty.
and she can. You see now she's already been told she's taken unreasonable time. She's been judged before time.
Why can't she respond? Then
So
you will examine.
through the chair. Through the chair.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bwana Chairman. I want to advise the council that the allegations ceased to be the issue of the mover, and now they are the issue of the house. That is the assembly. So this is the assembly now.
Can we agree it's also the court? Do you agree it's also the court?
Yes, it's also the court.
So then the evidence adduced before the court through the chair, so that I don't address it. Through the chair, the evidence adduced before the court has to be substantiated.
You better talk of the house and not the mover.
So I'll restrict myself to the mover, despite his evidence, his assertion.
We from the point of starting, we are agreed, but now we'll carry on as it is now. I want to believe that Council, that's how we had agreed. We move on as now we found it. We may not be in a position of also bringing the mover with us, and that is no longer a motion of the mover. That is now an issue of the House. And an issue of the House has also given power to this committee now to go through the motion. And I want to believe that the response that we gave you, Council, from the House, when she sent the request on what she wanted, they also responded. So I want to believe that the response binds us now, and I want to ask you that kindly, let's carry on. I want to ask.
No, I don't have a problem with going.
Yeah.
That is where we presented ourselves.
Yeah. And maybe before that, allow me to ask Juma Matunda also to give something about what you also asked.
I think we have evidence on unsupported procurement book of goods and
It's
services.
not evidence, it's just
An
articulated.
extras.
articulated.
You are asking for annexed evidence. This is annexed, isn't it?
Yes.
Do you want to do the auditor's report?
We were not presented with the auditor's report.
Your client has not read the auditor's report?
Let's keep it through the chair. I'm assuming we're in a court of law.
Yes.
We do not have it presented to us. So what my client has or does not have does not affect this case.